Diary, hello. It's Tuesday and we're just going to go over the events of Monday, July 21st in Cornwall. So what happened yesterday was that we left the Cornish Farm touring park caravan site. Now it was our first ever, which was very nice by the way. I had hardstanding electric hookup. It was nice and quiet, good shower facilities, etc. And for the first time ever, we emptied our grey water tank, which was quite easy. But then we had to fill up the freshwater tank, which was empty, which took absolutely ages. But anyway, it's a very minor point. After successful leaving, we thought we'd go to Sainsbury's and stock up with some food and some fuel. Now, we diligently went around the shopping market trying to pick the nicest of everything that we could, including I picked up some pasta and some lovely pesto. But then when we went to the ready meals section, we noticed that they have such a fantastic selection of ready meals, and they're for virtually nothing. So the pasta ones were like £1 for a ready meal pasta with pesto or other flavourings. So eventually I put all the dry food back and I just got ready meals. The British supermarkets are just leaps and bounds ahead of anything that we ever remember in Switzerland. So we left very happy from Sainsbury's, full of fuel, full of water, and so the car was quite heavy, full of food. And we set off on quite a long drive. Now eventually we got into Cornwall, and to the point where we were at something called Carnglaze Caves, which was a small slate mine in the quotes middle of nowhere. It actually turned out to be quite a small affair, and I think they tried very hard to make things interesting, but I didn't really find it that interesting. It was quite a small cave, and we'd been to similar things in the US where they were much bigger and grander. So this was like a tiny small scale thing. They do hold music, not festivals there, but I think there's a music area where they can play music and have themed nights. So I think this coming weekend is the Bee Gees, and we're going to miss that. But yeah, so it was kind of, let's say it was quaint. The next thing was that we poodled on down to Lanhyrock, L-A-H-Y-D-R-O-C-K. It's a National Trust Victorian house, and I was a bit sceptical at the time, but we thought we'd go because we'd heard that there was one or two restaurants, and we thought, oh well, maybe they'll have cream teas. So the impetus to actually go was based on the unknown fact, or certainly not a certainty, that there might be cream teas there. So anyway, we got in. It was also like a minor grunt from me because we'd put all our valuables in our rucksack, and then we were forced to leave our rucksacks at the house entry in a locked area. So I was a little bit grumpy to start off with, but then as soon as I turned the corner and started going into the house, I was just completely overwhelmed. It's a Victorian house. It's maintained by the National Trust. It's in immaculate condition, and it's just the most unbelievable property. The lady said, "Oh, it was 50 rooms. We maybe won't have time to look through everything." And I was thinking, "Oh, 50 rooms. What does she mean?" And she means 50 rooms you can walk into, all perfectly preserved, all with interesting artifacts, all immaculately laid out, and there's just so much to see. And it's just, we could have spent a lot longer inside the house, but we sort of rushed around because we only had like about 2 hours, I think, 1.5 hours, including our potential cream tea. Anyway, so we left the house, we headed over to the, I think it's the second or third restaurant, and they had cream teas, and it was about 10 minutes before they closed. So we just got the cream teas in, sat there having our cream teas. Perfect. £5 for a cream tea each. It was just heaven. So that was good. And then just to put the icing on the cake, we walked around this Lanhyrock Victorian house, the gardens. There were sort of manicured gardens everywhere, and lots of people keeping them manicured. So we walked around, and and then we left. So that was great. So at this point, we thought we've had a very successful day already. What more can we pack in? And we thought maybe we can get to the Eden project, maybe not. And with a bit of a foot down on the accelerator, we managed to get to the Eden project just before the last ticket sells, which is 6:30, 18:30. So I think 18:28 we got into the car park about 18:20, but it's quite a long walk from the car park, of which there are millions, by the way. It was there's at least 5 or 6 different car parks, and I suppose when they're if it's empty, then of course you can park closer to the actual entrance, but we parked as close as we could, but still, wow, it was a long way to walk. So we got there at 18:28 to the cash till and bought our tickets for the Eden project, and we found out that we could come back for a period of 1 year with this one ticket purchase. And we thought we were going to have to, because we had about just under 2 hours, I think, to do the whole thing, and we didn't think that was going to be long enough. Anyway, inside the Eden project are lots of biomes, they're called. Well, there's 2 main biomes where they have the flora from 2 different continents, and we have which continents do we have? What are the names of the biomes? Tropical, and Mediterranean.
No, it was a rainforest, Mediterranean and outdoor.
Okay. So we managed to walk around those 3 areas. The advantage of going at about 6:30 or later is that nearly all the kids have gone and the place was quite deserted. We walked in one of the biomes and we were literally on our own, and I shudder to think how many people could be in the biomes at the same time. Plus the whole place it's very nice. It's got these extensive restaurant facilities, and I can just imagine that the size of the restaurant facilities means it caters for, you know, between hundreds and thousands of people. So we were extremely lucky, actually, arriving so late that it was actually deserted. So after that, we were just finishing off the day. We've had an even better day than we'd imagined. We finished with the Eden project. We're not sure we're going to go back. Today's Tuesday morning. It depends. I don't think if we have time. I don't think it's going to happen. So anyway, so then last thing Monday night, we arrived eventually at the Meadows campsite, which we'd previously booked on the internet. Now, again, just to stress the costs of these campsites, it's £20. £20, 20 British pounds, for a whole night's stay. Or you can arrive from noon, actually. Check-in's at noon, and you have to leave at 11 in the morning. And it's just an amazing value to me. You've got showers, toilets, you've got electricity to keep all your gadgets charged up. It's just, I'm very impressed with the cost effectiveness of the campsite, and the staff were just so helpful. Really nice guy, and he gave us this map about all these nice things about where all the nice places are. And we decided, even though I was super hungry, we decided we'd walk the quotes 1 mile to Pentewan Valley town centre, which is by the coast. Oh, by the way, the Meadows is in Pentewan, just outside, a mile from Pentewan. So we walked all that way with our dinner, and eventually we found a place to sit and eat our dinner. So that was all very successful, and then we drank a lot of wine, so the walk back seemed a lot shorter than the outbound walk. Anyway, so that was just the fullest Monday that I could possibly imagine, and obviously Garta's directions were fantastic, and we had lots of, you know, beautiful things to see and do, and I don't know, maybe we're going to have to take a bit of a rest today, darling. So thanks for watching. It was a great Monday, and I recommend the places that we saw to other people. They are very interesting. Okay.